So do you understand what did I tell you in the last session?
Yeah,
Okay, so
pretty much.
the mistake you did was that you failed to identify the previous bias. Okay, so what happened that, you know, like previously we had the overnight session high and low, the price breaks through it, and the price was coming out of distribution and it actually accumulated. Okay, we observed oversold and everything, so it was actually accumulation, and the London Open was actually jump across the creek, right? So the bias was always bullish. So you do not have, once you see this situation, you don't have to go for the bearish trades. Do you understand? Sell trades. You only have to look for the bullish trades. Understand?
Okay.
Okay. So the bias is very, very important. All right. So let's start. So what was the last session? Friday. So what mistake did you do on Friday?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So the Friday London Open was this one. This is London Open, right? Okay, so let
Yep.
me mark it as London Open. All right. So the highest one here was a point where the London was closed, right? The highest point here was this one, and the lowest point before London Open was, the lowest low was, I think, should be this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we call this as, here at this one is London Open, so we will not take this low. Okay.
Okay.
So we just extend it and we call this as overnight high. This one is overnight low. Okay, so can you tell me what do you understand between this one with this overnight high and low?
See that the price is ranging.
Mm-hmm. The price is ranging between these two. So we can say that at the overnight high, what the price is, just the overnight high, the price would be bearish, and at the overnight low, the price would be bullish, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we can assume this.
Yeah.
Okay. And secondly, basically the bias here, this one, this is actually distribution or redistribution or accumulation. Oh, this is reaccumulation or distribution. Can you tell me this range? So you have to compare the last one, the last data. If you compare this last one here, okay, if you compare this last one, this is actually shortening of the thrust here. All right. So according to this last one here, and you see a very, very huge volume here, huge volume here. Okay, this is shortening of the thrust, SOT. So according to this one should be distribution. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is distribution. So what does distribution tell you? So if you take long trades, distribution means long trades will be held. Long trades will be held for, am I recording it? Yes, recording. Long trades will be held for shorter time, and short trades will be held for longer duration. Do you understand why do I say like this?
Not really.
Okay. Between overnight high and low. Okay, between overnight high and low, if you are taking the short trade, for example, if the price is at the overnight high, you will take the short trade. It will be in longer in duration. Okay, if you take the short trades. Okay, but if you take the the long trades, if you buy, then it will be held in the shorter durations. You don't have to hold it for so long, right? Because we are in a distribution phase. In the distribution phase, the sellers have more power than the buyers. Got it? Make sense?
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
we cannot hold our buy trades for longer duration. You have to keep this in mind because we are in distribution phase. Now we go to the 5-minute time frame and we readjust the channel here. Okay. So all right, this is what now this is shortening of the thrust. Okay, this is shortening of the thrust, and obviously we can call it as buying climax. All right, this is automatic reaction. Okay, automatic reaction. This one is what? This is what? Secondary test, right? This
Yeah,
secondary test is also what? This second test is also what? Is an upthrust. Am I right?
yes, correct.
This second test is also an upthrust plus UT upthrust. Okay. And we are in distribution already. So okay, we have started. So we have shifted to the 5-minute time frame. Everything makes sense now. All right. Okay. And now the London Open rights over here. Okay, the secondary test, and now obviously we are just going down, right? Now the price went down and the London Open rights over here. We go to the 3-minute time frame. Okay, 3-minute time frame. And what do we notice here at the London Open? So as I told you that during a distribution phase, you cannot hold long trades for longer duration. Am I right? So if we draw the channel here, because this is the first higher low was observed right over here after this upthrust, this was a higher low, right? The first one. All right. And if you draw the channel here, if you draw this one, okay, this channel, what do we notice here? This one, a minor oversold, correct?
Yeah,
Minor oversold. Okay, and this is also what? Selling climax, right at London Open, right? Okay, and this is selling climax, minor oversold selling climax. So this is what? Of course, AR, correct? And this is what? Secondary test. Where is secondary test? The secondary test is here. Okay, this one is secondary test. All right, now you notice this bar here. After secondary test, what do you notice here about this bar? Can we call it as effort versus no result?
yes, yes,
Right?
can.
And it's right coming on the context. So we can take a long trade right after London Open. Our stop loss would be this last high, this last low. This would be our stop loss below this last low. And our take profit would be this one. Okay, I would just have my take profit right over here. This one on this last high. This one. Because this was the last high. Right? So this would be my take profit level. Right over. So 2.57 trade and you're done. That's it. All right. And as we go up here, what do we see here? As I told you that we are already in the redistribution phase. So it means we cannot hold this for a longer duration, right? And the price just goes up, deviates down, right? And this is again, another one. We can just take a position right over here, this one here, this one here, okay? The price makes what? The price makes this one high and then the price makes higher low, right?
Yeah,
And then we can extend it here again. And if you want to go longer, we can go long from here as well, right? But we did not find any kind of oversold. So what do we notice here about this point? Yeah, a slight oversold, sorry, a slight, what to say, F over C no result over this bar. Can you see? Can you see F over C no result? Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go short. Here, did we see any F over C no result? No. The spread is huge. The spread is, and you did not see F over C no result. How about this one here? Did you see F over C no result here? Yes, we did. So we can go short here. Second trade. Now, how about this one? A small one, right? Now, this one here. This is effort versus no result here. Okay, the price just after the effort versus no result, the price rise here. It forms a minor spring. Okay, we can go again for the long trade. But as I told you that we are in what? We are in distribution phase. We cannot hold this trade for longer. So our only target is 2 hours. This last high. That's it. 2.1 and I'm done for the trade. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. And then finally, we just tested it out. And then what do we see? The price finally, we get multiple positions. And each time we are making higher lows, we are in a downtrend channel. We can extend it. We can extend this downtrend channel. Okay. If we extend this downtrend channel, what do we see here? Again, price tried to reach above and then failed, close below. And then what do we see here at this point? Effort versus no result. Can you see?
Yes.
And as I told you that we are in what? We are in distribution phase and we cannot hold long trades for longer duration. So we can enter right over here with a very short duration if you want. Stop loss would be just below here. Okay, our target would be this last high. Got it? 3.37. Any issue?
No.
Right? Okay, if you don't want to enter over here, this is efforts no result, right? If you don't want to enter over here, you can also enter right over here at this point or this point after test. Okay. Now here again, the price finally broke this channel. The price finally broke the overnight low. And if you go to the 5-minute time frame, you will see the price finally broke this channel right over here, the second time, right over here. Okay, you can see. And there's an increasing spread. Right. Normally, when the London market is open, when the UK market is open, right, you will not see such structure. Got it?
Yeah.
Now, what do you notice on the 5-minute time frame? The spread is increased, volume is also increased, right? So this is falling
Yes.
through ice. We call it as FTI, right? And how about the reaction? You see reaction as the price goes up, we have very small spread, very small spread. You see the volume, a good volume, very good volume. And you see this one here, effort versus no result. Can you call it the spread of this bar and this bar is same, but the volume is very huge. We call it as effort versus no result. Am I right?
Yes.
So EVNR occurs on what? Occurs on what? LPSY, last point of supply, right? And then if you trade this one, last point of supply, you can take your stop loss right over here, just short it. Okay, just short it, but it will be a very huge one. So I will not suggest you take this. But if you take on the test one, this one, see this test here, what do you notice about this test? No demand. Am I right?
Okay.
Can we call this no demand? Hello? Hello, can I hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Okay. So this is no demand. We can take a stop loss right over here. All right, and we can just go for this 2 hours here. Now, as we are taking the short trade. I told you when you're taking the short trade, you can go for the larger trades because we are in distribution phase. A short trades can be held for longer. So you can just extend it for longer times. and make much more RR. Okay. Now, if you see this one, now the price broke through this one. The price broke through this one. This one. What do you notice about this bar? See how the price rejects this and see the volume here. If you go to 3-minute time frame, you will see this much more clear. See this bar here. You see these two bars, a very, very huge volume. So this is effort versus no result, right? And see where the volume, where the bar is closing. So we can take another short position right over here. Okay, our stop loss would be this last high, and our take profit would be, at least you can go for 2 hours. All right, here as well, if you draw another one here, this one also hidden up thrust. So we are in the down bias. Our stop loss would be last high, this one, last high stop loss. Take profit, you can take it for just 2 hours. Got it? Hello, got it? Hello, are you there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So if you just go for the 5-minute time frame, okay, and this is a channel here, the first channel, the second channel, right? Okay. This one is actually the falling through ice. This whole function is the falling through ice. We can draw these two parts here. And now this one right over here. Okay. So this is what? Now you will say this is oversold, but the price never returned in the trading range. The price just rejects this trading range and kept on going down. Did you see? Okay. So we are done with this. Do you have any questions so far?
I think I'm good.
I'm saying, do you have any questions so far?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good, right? Now, within the structure, you see this is a very long channel, right? But if you draw this channel right over here, a very, very narrow channel, you can see that this is actually overbought of this channel, right? And the price went down. So yes, this small channel, okay, and our exit would be this large channel, huge channels, supply line. Got it? Demand line. Okay. Now, all right. Now this is, tell me, this is redistribution or accumulation? Can you tell me? Is distribution or reaccumulation? This structure. You start by observing the high. Okay. How about the volume on the highs? Increasing spread, increasing volume. Am I right? And you see the lows here. What about the lows? Huge volume, FOS no result. So this one is, right? Got it? This one as well. Okay. This one as well. You see? This one as well.
So
got it? Yeah, it's okay. So, all right. So this is. Yeah. You got it?
Okay.
Do you understand how to identify accumulation, reaccumulation with distribution? Yeah. I will, okay, after this webinar, I will create a short video and upload it on YouTube. I will explain how to identify accumulation, how to differentiate between accumulation and redistribution, or distribution and reaccumulation. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's finish the webinar here. All right. So I've uploaded it on the YouTube. Let's start tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.